Here are some of the key components for an advanced chumming program. We've got corn, super easy bait that everybody that carp fishes is very familiar with. We've got groundbait, boilies, and pellets. Corn is very easy to use. You chum, you can throw out handfuls of it, you use it as a hook bait, you mix it in with your ground bait. It's a quite universal bait. With the ground bait, you mix this with a little bit of water, you can add some of the corn to it or some boilies or pellets, and then you pack it along your feeder and you cast that out. What that does is it creates a nice feeding area for the fish to eat all these particles and free baits, and then your hook is just a few inches away. So as they're feeding on that, they see this particle hanging off the end, they suck it in and hook themselves, and then you're into some action. It's also one of the easiest ways to fish because all you do is you pack it on and cast. As long as you cast in the same spot all the time, it's working. Then you have boilies. Boilies are great. Carp love feeding on them. They add a lot of scent, a lot more than what corn does. And it's a great way to get fish into a swim feeding very quickly. And one of my favorites are pellets. Pellets are soluble baits, so almost like a ground bait that's been made into pellets. You throw these out and in about half an hour they're gone, they dissolve, and all they do is leave a trail of scent with very little edible particles left in the water. So when a fish comes in to feed, he's working hard trying to find where that scent is coming from, and then hopefully he finds your hook sooner than later, and you're into some action. These are great when the fishing is slow and you don't want to put too much free offerings in the water, because with a lot of free boilies or corn, oop, fish on, sorry. And you see they work real well. There's another one. Method feeder and boilie. Oh, double header. Gotta get another one on. When I mix the ground bait, I dump out most of the dry ingredients into my bucket. And I always save just a little bit, just in case I add too much water, I at least have a second chance to fix it up. And then to add the water, I like to take a handful of water at a time. Just like that, until I get sort of a little bit of sloppy consistency on there. Give it a stir. You see, like right now it's quite crumbly, it's falling apart. But then we're going to let that sit for a few minutes, and you'll see after a couple of minutes, it's going to be nice and sticky. So 3 minutes later, this is what you should be looking for. Now you could actually throw this in as a ball of ground bait, but because we have a lot of gobies around here, this would get gobbled up in just a couple of minutes. So we pack it onto the feeder, we make sure we have a lot of particles in there that the gobies can't eat, and especially with some current too, and make sure that we always have some bait near the hook. There you go. There's the beauty. Just a little bit of method feeder magic. Look at that baby.